Rising, you guys. This is Jude here, also known as the Pretty Coach. I'm also formerly known as the Pretty Coach Oracles on this channel, but I am now Leo's Love Tarot. And I'm coming to do something that I haven't done in a little while, but I have been thinking about it. It's been on my mind, it's been on my heart, so I'm going to hop into that right now. And it is something called the Pretty Planetary Report, which is where I go through certain planets and sometimes asteroids and stuff like that, and I talk about how they are influencing us per channeling that I receive maybe during meditation on it, or even just literally doing some research on each planet and how they influence us in every sign that they're in. So without further ado, because I don't want this to be a super long and lengthy video, even though it still may be because I'm a bit talkative, I'm gonna hop into the Pretty Planetary Report. So I mentioned, I don't remember on which social media platform I was on. I think it was Facebook. I mentioned on my Facebook that I planned on doing the Pretty Planetary Report again, but I was only going to focus this time on a few signs. I wasn't going to do the sun, and I wasn't going to do the moon. We all know that the sun is in the sign of Aries right now, as far as when it comes to tropical astrology. I do believe it's the same in Vedic or sidereal as well, but don't quote me on that. But Aries is all about self-awareness, self-improvement even as well. Hold on, someone inside my lip. It's also about taking action. It's about uncharted territories. It's about inspiring and invigorating ideas and actions, okay? So that's that with the sun. With the moon changes signs every 2 to 3 days. So I didn't want to do the moon because literally those influences are going to go through all 12 signs a little too soon. And yeah, I didn't want to do that. But as of today, it is in the sign of Leo. So with the moon being in Leo, you know, a lot of us could be a little bit more dramatic and flamboyant with the way that we express ourselves, okay? A lot of us could be having a flair for glam at this time, or if you're a guy and you're concerned about your appearance, like you just want to look good, smell good, feel good, okay? Some of you guys may also feel in your emotions that you're just more confident. You just may be a little bit more confident, okay? What else can I think of off the spot? Or rather, on the spot. Leo energy. I'm hearing the word grandiose. So there may be some, you know, grandiose expressions of your feelings today and the next few days. Some of you guys, Leo tends to deal with the fifth house, which the fifth house deals with romance, attraction. It also deals with children and creativity. So I already touched on creativity a little bit, so to go into romance and children in a moment. Romance, some of you guys could be feeling, you know, some kind of way about someone that you may have your eye on, and for whatever reason, with this energy of the moon influencing you for the next couple days, you could actually take action towards this person. Like you might reach out to them, you know, flirt a little bit, let them know how you feel. I'm not saying that this is what you should do. I'm just suggesting this could be what, you know, you could get up that courage. You might be, you know, feeling very self-assured. When it comes to children, some of you guys may find out, you know, that you are expecting or something of that sort, or some of you guys may be wanting to create children. So under this moon, you know, your sexual urges, they may be really coming up more. You may seem really, you might be ready, okay? This is what I'm trying to say, you might be ready. Is there anything else I want to say? And some of you guys may just be feeling a lot more playful and childlike, okay? If you are needing to give any speeches, you should draw on the element of this moon because it could help you to be more dynamic and charismatic at this time. Boom. Moving on, that's the sun and the moon energy. That was just off the dome. I do have more. What I plan on focusing on today with the Pretty Planetary Report is the sign of Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus, and even Chiron as a bonus, okay? So here we go. Venus in Pisces. I jotted down a couple notes, so that's why you'll see me looking down at my phone every now and again. But um, when you talk about Venus, for those who may not be aware of what Venus represents, from my perspective, Venus represents the things that matter to us, the things that are very significant and important. They make us happy. Um, we see them possibly as beautiful or even as a necessity. All right. So with your Venus in Pisces, Pisces is the sign that Venus is in at this time. Venus and the rest of these planets, they kind of last a bit longer in each of the signs, and that was why I wanted to focus more on those as opposed to the sun and the moon. I wanted to talk about what's going to be sticking around for a little while. Pisces, with Venus in Pisces, taking into consideration that it's what we value, it's what we care about, it's what we see as beautiful or as a necessity, okay, and even maybe second nature for us. You talk about the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is all about imagination. Pisces is about belief. Pisces is about creativity and love and compassion for people. Hi, Uba. How are you? Hey, Pretty Souls gang. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So Pisces is about exploration of all things very deep, very spiritual as well, very intuitive, very feeling of everything and everyone. Okay? So if your Venus is in Pisces, you might find that, okay, let me just tell y'all the notes that I got when I was channeling. First of all, we think about compassion. So if your Venus is in Pisces, if you're thinking about romance, if you're thinking about dating, if you're thinking about a connection, 9 times out of 10, a person that you'll be attracted to, like if you're a male, Venus is going to be what you're attracted to in the woman. So you're going to want someone who's compassionate and considerate of not just themselves, but other people. You are going to love that this person may be whimsical or they may be dreamy. Like they have these beautiful ideas and ideals about what love and life could be like. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, to me, these, aside from Libras, I think Libras are like this too, but I would say that Pisces are like the peace on earth type of people. They want everybody to really be happy. And let me say this, healed, and unburdened by life situation. Pisces, this is the way that I feel like they see life. They want everyone to be happy. They want to please people. Okay. Venus in Pisces, I also read somewhere, it is exalted here. So that means that it's in its purest, highest form. Okay. The most successful version of whatever planet or whatever placement. So Venus in Pisces, when you think about love that is going to stand the test of time, Venus in Pisces is probably the epitome of that. Okay, so this is sacrificial love as well, because Pisces is known to be very self-sacrificing, even self-sabotaging, which could be, that could be tough. It can be tough, but all in all, it is still considered the highest way to express love. That in the sign of Pisces. My baby is kind of waking up and moving over there, so that's why my eyes went over there. But anyhow, let me see, what else did I get here? I got unions, twin flame in particular, or what I like to call the 144,000 divine unions here, might be coming together even more with this Venus being in Pisces as well. These relationships they're not super glamorous, even though people have, glammed them up because they're becoming way, way, way more significant and known. These connections are not easy. They require that a lot of us do sacrifice. And sometimes you're thinking about, like, what the F am I doing? Like, I would never put up with this if I was A, B, C, and D. In a time before this, I would have never accepted this. Also, it is something that stretches you. It stretches you to from who you think you are, who you think you were, into just the most loving, understanding being. And so when I was channeling for this, I really got that there are going to be unions that are coming together, specifically of the twin flame kind, because the sign of Pisces also deals with the energy of twin flame union. So Just keep this in mind. I'm not telling you guys that this is Bible to live by what I'm talking about. I'm just throwing it out there from my perspective, what may be happening per the planet's influences, okay? Belief in love. Belief in love as well. Like for me, that's giving me heart chakra energies being healed. Okay, so that's been coming up a lot in readings as well. So that makes some sense as well. Here we go. Also, love of the creating and performing arts. So this doesn't just have to be romance when it comes to Venus. This could be just the way that you like to surround yourself, what makes you feel comfortable, right, with Venus. So some of you guys may find yourself going out where you're wanting to, see more plays or see things that make you feel beautiful or that you find to be absolutely beautiful. And I'm trying to think of a word, like I'm hearing all encompassing beauty. So that's what I'm getting for Venus in Pisces. I feel like a lot of people who have displacement could very well be finding themselves in union. And even if they're single, I feel like they're going to have some really beautiful connections that they forge. Okay, moving on. Mars in Aquarius. So Mars is the planet that deals with our assertion, our aggression, basically our own power and our own will. Like, how are you going to make shit happen? Okay. Mars can also deal with the things like sex and power. When I say things like that, I mean like the way that you go about acquiring those things. So with being an Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of I'm literally hearing a people person, but Aquarius is a sign. I have to say it like this: it's the sign of the people. Aquarians are always thinking about the collective or groups. Okay. So with Mars in Aquarius, this is what I got when I was meditating on this. So I have accomplishing things with friends or groups, technological ideas, social networking or events, direct communication, unique advances, visionary dreams being achieved. And all of this is going to happen more than likely by groups of people coming together. Maybe you guys share the same dreams. Maybe you guys share like-mindedness, and therefore it's going to be cliques coming together, soul tribe. That's a better word because cliques kind of have a negative connotation to it, but it's still the same. It's basically groups of people coming together who can all agree on one thing, a common goal, and they work towards those things. Now, getting to the sexual energy of Mars, okay, and how they manage to have power as well. I feel like when it comes to Aquarians, these are the people who are going to be more open to things like polygyny, polyamory, polyandry, all things poly. Okay, it doesn't mean that everybody who have Aquarius is going to be like that. Also, even if they're not, even if they consider themselves monogamous, they still like to deal with more than one person. Okay, so yeah. What I've also noticed is these people like to get into a person's head. They like to get into the mind. So that may be through communication. That may be through they share their ideas or their ideals of what they want with their partner. And of course, if they're very interested in you, then they're going to do their best to ensure that they kind of shape your mind to be along the lines of whatever they're thinking. Now, they are innovative and forward thinking, so it's not going to be anything that's traditional. These are the people who are like, hey, I love you, I want to be with you. You know, they may even marry you, but they still have something that they want to do that is unique to them, unique to you guys' scenario, and not necessarily traditional. So these are the people who you can literally be married, but you're living in two different homes. And this is just an example. I'm not speaking of anything in particular. It's just examples that I give. Okay, or the lifestyle that you lead is just different from a traditional married couple. Okay, these are just some random ideas. So that's Mars and Aquarius energy that I'm feeling. But most importantly, with the way that we're going to get things accomplished right now with this type of Mars energy, it's going to be in groups. So your soul tribe, if you don't remember anything else, remember soul tribe, remember friends and social groups. Okay. Also, with the way that these people, men and women alike, are going to be snagging their partners or at least getting people that they're interested in, it's going to be meeting at social events. It's going to, and when I say social events, they don't have to be huge. They don't have to be big. It's just you're going to be with maybe groups of people. Or so this could be church, this could be metaphysical conferences, whatever. It's just going to be groups. Moving on. Mercury and Aries. So Mercury is the planet known for influencing our communication as well as technology too. Okay. So, but I'm going to focus more so on ideas and how we communicate our ideas. So when we're talking about Mercury now with the sign of Aries being a major influencing factor, you've got, if you ask me, you're going to have direct energy coming to you. Aries are very direct. They rarely ever beat around the bush. Like, I've not met an Aries that beat around the bush. I don't care what other placements they have in their chart. They could be a Pisces and some other shit. They could be, so I'm saying they could be a water sign and other things, which water signs would be a little bit more passive and not as direct and aggressive. Or they could be an earth sign. They could be slow moving in other ways. But baby, if you got Aries, period, your ass finna be direct. Okay? Uber says you better know it. Yeah, you're gonna be direct. So you're gonna be, I feel like this is about the collective still. Okay. So with the collective, with Mercury being in Aries, I'm feeling like people are gonna be speaking up more about their ideas of what's best for them. Because Aries deals with the first house, which is the house of the self. So a lot of people are working on what is it that I really want? What is it that I like? What is it that I don't like? And people are going to really be taking that into consideration and speaking up more about that. The ideas that people are coming up with, you've got to know that it's also going to be something that it's benefiting themselves, even if it also benefits the collective. Because let's be clear, Aries, they are selfish, but they're not super selfish. Everything Aries does, one, if I'm not mistaken, Aries handles things first. With them being the first sign, they're the ones to go out and explore things that haven't been done yet, right? And sometimes that could appear as selfish to other people, but somebody got to do it, And so then they're able to people are able to watch what Aries does and either learn from those things or really walk down the same path. It's really up to each individual. But so when we're putting that energy into communication and ideas, I really am feeling like we're going to be doing things that we probably haven't done before. We're going to be also communicating those things directly to whomever needs to know and whomever is concerned. But let me read the notes that I got while I was channeling for this. It says ideas and conversations around personal power, direction, new opportunities. Oh my God, damn it, Uber. I couldn't see my ass. You know what? I'm gonna get better about catching these live ass comments. I'm gonna have to go watch the replay now so I can see the comments, and I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna get to them. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to be better about that right now. So it says ideas and conversations around personal power, direction, new opportunities, also self-employment. Self-employment might be really, really big with the next few years. I can't remember. I should have wrote down how long each planet stays in a sign, but I didn't do that. And I do apologize. Please forgive me for that. I'm going to do better. I was trying to go fast. Okay. Ideas and conversations around personal power, direction, new opportunities, self-employment, taking energetic action, impulsive, also order and aggressive. So like, I feel like certain communications or ideas could come in really fast, could seem like it's all of a sudden, and some people are going to be jumping in things, taking risks. I feel like some communication is going to be coming in suddenly as well. I think one word that I did see from, one of the comments that Uber put is confidence. Confidence. And that's really, really, really big. Like, it's going to be a lot more self-confidence, and God knows you need that. If you want to be a manifester, a master manifester, the sign of Aries in tarot is connected to the sign of the magician. So if you're trying to manifest some shit, you're gonna have to be in your Aries energy, because you gotta believe that your ass can do it, even if you ain't never done it before and you ain't never seen another motherfucker do it. I'm done with that. Moving on. We've got Jupiter in Pisces next. I'm really excited about, first of all, I'm excited about all the placements. Let me be clear. But Jupiter is my, okay, I think I'm experiencing my Jupiter return is what I'm trying to say, because in my natal chart, Jupiter is also in Pisces, and Jupiter is currently in Pisces right now. So here's what I got about that when I was channeling: blessings and expansion that come from service to others. And I also got really, really heavy that twin union is also connected to this, because Jupiter is the planet of luck, of optimism, of spirituality as well, travel, as well as just blessings. So I feel like, I think that that's what unions are for. It's not just for the two people that are involved. It's about also how their union blesses other people. How their union blesses the collective. What can people learn, from hearing about these people's story? So that's why I got twins in union here. But these people who have Jupiter in Pisces, you are usually going to be blessed in any kind of way. It could be a spiritual way. So when I say spiritual way, I'm going to say it could be emotional for you. It could be like you get great joy and great pleasure out of serving other people. Like, it lights you up on the inside. It stirs you to action. So that's definitely how I feel. I love being of service to the divine by way of working through other people. That makes me so happy, period. So now what I feel is going to be happening for a lot of people who are of service and who have Jupiter and Pisces placements, now is going to be a time that you guys are going to be on the forefront. You're going to get a lot of blessings also as well when it comes to spiritual matters. So you could be people like an astrologer, you could be anything. But if you have a spiritual foundation, that is going to be where you are very strengthened. You are going to get, if you ask me, I'm hearing the word accolades, but I also feel like you're going to get a lot of needs even met because of how you are available to spirit and how you serve other people. Compassion. All the Pisces energy is connected to this. Compassion, intuition, all things that are metaphysical, which is the unseen, okay, that is connected to the sign of Pisces. So for me, I just recently did a reading. I think it was entitled, it was for all signs, by the way. And it was something about the servants of the people will be provided for. This energy right here, this Jupiter and Pisces energy, yeah, that's where I was feeling that from. A lot of people who are in Pisces, they are self-sabotaging. But the way that they see it, they have such a love for people, or such a love for spirit, and they know that spirit works through people, that they are literally willing to give up their own comforts. They're willing to even appear crazy and just out of their mind if it means showing love to people, if it means offering understanding and compassion. So now these people, if you ask me, well, what I've gotten from readings and just from this channeling, these people are going to be provided for. They're going to be taken care of, yes, through spirit, but who does spirit work through? Through people. So I feel like a lot of people who have Jupiter and Pisces are going to see a lot of just blessings, bestowed upon them by spirit for being in service to the people. Moving on. I don't want to take too long and be redundant. Now, moving on to Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is the planet. When I did research about this, this is a planet that usually gives shock value. It's about people who are innovative. They have fresh, exciting ideas. These are not the people who are going to keep up with the current status quo. They're going to say something different. Okay. Well, now this Uranus is in Taurus. And Taurus is a practical sign. So you would think that this would be absolutely crazy for a non-traditional sign and a shocking sign, a sign that likes to kind of go, to the beat of its own drum. With a practical, more traditional sign, what we get is that it's more like our abstract, forward-thinking ideas are going to actually take shape. They're going to become more tangible because of the practical steps that are about to be put in place or walked out so that they can be real. So I hope that makes some sense, but let me read what I got when I was channeling. Unique expression and or sudden shifts in security, sensuality, money, and then it says practicality given to new ideas and dreams to make them tangible. So the reason that I started talking about sensuality and security and money is because Taurus rules the second house, which is the house of most notably known of money and possessions and things like that. So what I feel with this energy of Uranus and Taurus is that the way that a lot of us are going to be making our money, it's going to be new and innovative ideas. It's not going to be like the same old, but we're going to use tradition and practicality to bring this new way into, I guess, like concreteness. Like, this is no longer just going to be some outlandish flights of fancy, taking away from one of my favorite movies, The Best Man. This is now going to be the real deal. This is going to be here. So if you've been a visionary and you've had this dream, that I feel like also Uranus rules, it's the planet that rules Aquarius. So they are forward thinking. These are the people who, it's like what they be thinking about is like out of this world when they first come. They're ahead of their time a lot of times. So now I feel like any vision, any dream that you had that may have seemed like people could not grasp it because it was before its time, now is going to be a time for you to revisit those things and try to put a sensible and practical approach or plan into place to make it more real. And I also feel like people are going to understand it more as well. Yeah, so that's that with that. The last and final thing that I'm going to talk about today is Chiron in Aries. And this is just a little bit bonus that I wanted to talk about. So Chiron is known as the planet for healing. It's also connected to the wounded healer archetype. So the wounded healer energy is just where you suffer or where you have suffered. When you come to grips with said suffering, when you learn whatever lessons that you can, it doesn't mean that it'll be over. I don't like for people to think that shit is going to be over. No, it doesn't have to mean that it's over, but there are certain lessons that you learn that you can also share with other people to help them heal. Okay. I feel like all of us are still wounded healers. Okay. And as long as we are here on this planet, we will never fully look at my baby. She's up. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Don't get scared. There we go. Look at that pretty girl. Did you sleep good, Mama? Did you sleep good? I think you did. Okay, let me finish this up. I'm almost done. So the wounded healer energy, so now let me move that into the sign of Aries. Aries is still about the self, remember? So this is going to be about how we express ourselves. It's going to also be how we take care of ourselves. Bless you, Mommy. It's also going to be about how we take care of ourselves. And in us taking care of ourselves, we also assist the collective. Let's be clear. Like, if you can handle yourself, if you can deal with yourself, if you can figure yourself out, you can also help other people do the same thing. So let's get what I got when I was channeling. Healing surrounding issues or wounds surrounding self-acceptance and sufficiency and personal direction connected to the collective. So I just said that in another way. So basically, it's like getting yourself together. And in getting yourself together, you help the collective, whether directly or indirectly. So this is the Chiron in Aries energy. This is how it's going to affect all of us. A lot of us are going to be looking more, going back into, introspection to figure out what things in ourselves need healing. And once you do that, the beautiful thing about that is you then literally can assist other people with doing that. And the beautiful thing about that is you could make money eventually from doing that type of work. These are where the sages and counselors and spiritual leaders, this is where they're made, in that Chiron energy, okay? And with it being in Aries, I see it being sudden energy, people being willing to take risks of exposing certain things about themselves. But it's just about turning the focus onto self and how you can better yourself, and you bettering yourself. Uber says you better know it. She says, God damn it, somebody has to do it, Aries. And then Miss Marie says, speak on it. Thank you. And I'm so glad I finally got a chance to read the comments. Yes. But yeah, it's about how if we heal ourselves, then we can literally help the collective. So yeah, that's been the pretty planetary report for April 2022. I'm just going to say that for now. I don't think I'm going to have to do anything because the planets that I touched on, they're going to, what I meant to say is I'm not going to have to do another one for a little while because the planets that I touched on, they last in each sign for a little bit longer than, let me see if I can find this, y'all. Give me uno momento. I'm going to talk about how long each sign lasts, and then I'm going to let you guys go. I didn't mean to say how long each sign lasts, but how long each planet stays in every sign. So let me go to this. I also want to talk about an app that I absolutely love. So let me do that while I'm about to do this. There's an app for our cellular devices. I don't know if it goes across the board to every device, like the Android or whatever, but time passages. Time passages. For some people, it's also known as astrograph. Uba says, I'm loving this new pretty planetary report. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm loving it. Okay, I already got that. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it, Uba. I'm so happy that you guys joined me and all that good stuff. Okay, so let me hurry up. Here are the planets. Mercury. Please tell me that you'll tell me how long they stay. Mommy, no. You're doing the wrong thing, mommy. Please tell me that you'll tell me how long it stays. Oh, shoot. It doesn't tell me how long. So let me go to the next. Now I gotta go to the next. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this before we go. Or you know what? Let me not do that for y'all. I would encourage everybody, if you already know, great. If you don't know, go look up each of the signs that I talked about and just see how long they stay in every, I want to say, sign and all that kind of stuff. That way you can know what I'm talking about. I do apologize. I'm going to do better. Okay, but without further ado, peace, love, light, and darkness. The darkness got to be in there. We're not going to get away from the darkness, but peace, love, light, and darkness, which all works together to bring balance and harmony first within ourselves. What? That's the Aries energy. First within ourselves and then within our world. That's that Chiron and look at spirit. All right. Peace, love, light, darkness. I love y'all with the love of the Most High. I'm out of here. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Today is Tuesday, right? It's the day that's ruled by Mars. And Aries and the sign of Scorpio are Mars energy. No, mommy. Oh my God, I got to go because y'all, she done took my roll of paper towels and unraveling them. And she likes to eat paper, so I got to go. Bye, everybody.